Mahama has spent a year and a month in office. What does he make of the first year of the NDC government? All of that when we come back with the Osahin Alexander Kwamina Afenyo-Markin. Stay with us.
So I'm equally mindful not to push too much and personalize matters. Else, if you come back 2029, they also make life difficult for you. You know, you gauge the mood of the house, but then also you don't deviate from your core duty of scrutinizing. I always tell my colleagues in government that, look, do your work well, let me do mine. Let's keep good relationship, but the work must be done. So it's not about taking tea with you and because we are friends, I come and then I sleep over the job. No. Would discuss.
Okay.
Personal matters, yes. But then once we are on the floor, we have our own ideological differences. You are in government. My job is to scrutinize you. And I make sure that in the end, I don't get personal. I want you to understand. I remember Christmas when Ima Kofibua, you know, the Caucus calls for his resignation. He came to me and said, Afenyo-Mayo, then I said, Ima, it's not about your person. It's a policy failure. You came to defend the lithium agreement. And Honorable Abu Jinapo was drawing the attention of government to certain loopholes in the new agreement. You didn't listen to us. It was only when the CSOs led by Imani escalated the matter at the presidency, then the president directed you to come and withdraw. And you withdrew the agreement. How do you expect us as a caucus to be quiet?
So your point is that it's not personal, it's on principle.
No, because he failed. It was a policy failure. If a government introduces an agreement in parliament, defends it, and does U-turn and say, oh, I've realized that indeed this is a bad agreement, so let me withdraw and then go back and do the right thing, do more consultation. Politically, you must pay a price.
Fair enough.
At that point, it's not personal.
You've said opposition is painful and lonely. I also have another theory, because this is your theory, that being a minority leader in opposition is arguably more powerful than being a majority leader in government. And you've been both. You're a majority leader in government, but being a minority leader in opposition within the architecture of the body politic is possibly a more powerful, certainly more important. Now that you've enjoyed the two, and in a year you've done the minority, do you agree with this view?
Okay, let's take away the power.
So I should rephrase.
Let's talk about the importance.
So you think a minority leader in opposition is possibly more important than a majority leader in government?
I would agree with you to some extent.
But not more powerful than the majority leader within his party. Not, you see, I'm explaining it. Within your party. Because until your flag bearer was elected, and in your case particular, your chairman was not necessarily active, you can say that the MPP's vanguard was the minority leader. But in the government of NDC, there's the president, there's the vice, there's the chief of staff. The majority leader is not probably even in the top three.
Let me also express my view.
I want you to express your view on my question.
Yes, that's what I'm going to say. So, take away being powerful, and let's talk about relevance in the scheme of governance. So, you are right, in the scheme of governance, when you are in your parties in power, you are the majority leader. You also carry a responsibility. All ministers, government business, come through you. Your job is to push back the opposition and bulldoze your way. There's a mix. Negotiation, diplomacy, and play hardball at the same time. So when Ayariga is doing his own thing, I don't begrudge him at all. I mean, I don't personalize it because in the end, he wants the government business to be done. The president will call you and ask you, when are you getting this thing done? So that's your job. In opposition, you can be overwhelmed. Because when you are a minority leader, the most powerful person, your right-hand man, who gets you going is your chief whip. And I must say, Arno has done super in terms of organization. He and his team. Habib came in first time as a deputy whip, and he went through the grooming. And for some time, I allowed him to take up procedural issues. And you realize that he's very strong in terms of advocacy. And Jerry has come in, also a first-timer, giving him backup. So the three of them have become my anchormen, okay? Without them, you cannot function as a minority leader. You need a strong whip who understands. He is like your national security advisor. He's like your third eye.
I see.
To, sniff and get back to you and say, leader, move. You can't move. Do this. You need to have that strong, team to get you going. Our side, MPP, I said initially that MPP is a party of peers. We have some 40 plus first-timers, but they are all professionals. They are first-timers in parliament, but they are professionals in their own right, who also have their own clear understanding of the national issues and all that. You cannot, as a leader, just get up one day and command and order people about. No. Yours is to engage and get them to understand the vision of the party. And you are right. The past 1 year, we didn't have a flag bearer. So the party was virtually being run by the Caucus and the leadership at the national headquarters, led by Kodia. Kodia has done fantastically well. He would come, show leadership, be with us, engage, and say, leader, sometime in the dead of night, the two of us will be reaching out to the party elders. And by the way, the MPP party elders, they are very, very active. They are not elders who are laying back, who are saying that we are old, we are tired. Somebody like Hackman, 1 a.m., he will be ready to engage you. I remember the last time there was an important national issue, the disputed CJ nominee, where I had to do a lot of legwork because the caucus needed to understand the thinking of the party outside of parliament.
I see.
And I recall, as at 3 a.m. thereabout, I was now descending Ebri down to Accra. And I recall when I was with President Kufuor taking his views, at a point, say, Afenyo-Markin.
Wow.
Then see an old man, he's getting into his 90s. But his passion for the party, he was waiting. And there was one elder that I needed to reach. He said, look, Kwamina, looking at the time, I think you can't come, so let's do it on phone. I'm saying that it's been more of
a
consultative
process,
building consensus. It's not a one-man show.
So, but can we say that now that there's a flag bearer, some of that burden reduces?
No, it doesn't reduce. So you now have a boss who is the standard bearer, whose vision you need to align. So it means that after you've done all the consultations, the buck stops with him.
Fair enough.
You need to now go and say, sir, what's the direction? What is the way to go? He gives direction.
So you need to align with him.
It is important. You can't do otherwise. That's a party leader.
Yesterday, your church service, the party looked very celebratory. And some may be wondering, why are you so excited? Is it because in church you have to be happy? Or because the build-up to the primaries was acrimonious, the fact that it's ended with no serious splits? Because, I mean, it seemed very joyous. What's driving that type of happiness?
One of the values of a center-right ideology is competition. Okay, that center-right conservative ideology, they believe in competition. And whenever there is an opening, people compete. The good news is that in the end, we've all come together as a party. And it was a Thanksgiving service. We're supposed to be in white, recommit, rededicate, and get along with what the flag bearer has for us as a party. So it was to be expected. Nothing more. It was also a period for reconciliation, bonding and rebonding. Obviously, some people will not be happy with some others by way of what they might have said and all, you know. And the flag bearer's speech, you know, he touched on all of these. He acknowledged the fact that there were some excesses during the campaign, people saying stuff and all, and even said that, look, the healing process will not be a one-day event, it's a process. So people's egos must be managed, and eventually, by the grace of God, we have enough time to address most of these challenges. Fortunately, also, we have internal elections, constituency elections, regional elections, national elections. And when we are done with all of these, we would have an opportunity to heal better.
I see. There's a view
proceed.
that nobody can begrudge you from celebrating. But there's an article that a gentleman you've quoted before wrote the day before the election, which I've seen shared a lot. I'll just read 2 paragraphs. It says, the danger for MPP is not choosing the wrong man. The danger is choosing the right man for the wrong reason. Then he goes on. If tomorrow produces celebration without reflection, the party will lose again. If it produces unity without honesty, the slogans will ring hollow. And if it produces victory without discipline, the electorate will see it long before the campaign even begins. Then he goes on. Primaries are seductive. They make parties feel powerful. They compress complex national moods into internal applause. But nations do not vote like delegates. Nations vote with memory, emotion, and lived experience. Then it says, MPP has chosen a flag bearer, but they must now choose a posture. And it seems like the celebratory mood we're seeing may be playing into that. MPP feels like, well, we've done a tough campaign, everything is fine, let's move forward. No. But there's a lot of unanswered questions for Ghanaians as well.
Yes, I would address those questions. But let's be very honest here. The posture, as you refer to, in my view, has been that commendable, has been that conciliatory. The utterances of people post the election, you are not seeing people rubbing it in. There's some particular person in the party. Lately, I call him UN Secretary General. I've given him a new name, Kofi Annan, because the person I knew yesterday is not the same person I know today. He is now reaching out. He is now jaw-jawing. And I told him that, look, senior, the way you are going, it will help our cause. My view is that all of us must understand that we have one party. What is happening today is not new. Let me share an example, an experience. Honorable Eseku, Harun Eseku of blessed memory, I had the privilege of having one-on-one with him on a number of occasions. I recall that he shared with me a story of President Kufuor when he beat Akufo-Addo in the primaries in Sunyani. For almost a year, the impression was that MPP was divided. And there were rumors that some faction in the party was going to, register a new political party. According to Harun Eseku, one evening they met because he was in the corner of President Kufuor, and they spoke at length about the way forward. And the next morning, by the time they left, Kufuor had told them that, look, he would move to Akufo-Addo's house the next morning. And according to him, by 5 a.m., J. Kufuor was at the residence of Akufo-Addo somewhere East Legon.
Kufuor, the winner
of
that primary.
Yes. It was at the residence of Akufo-Addo at somewhere East Legon. And according to Eseku, when Nana-Addo was told that Kufuor was at his residence, he came down with his pajamas to receive him.
He wasn't expecting that.
He wasn't expecting that. And according to Eseku, that was the beginning of the 2000 victory. Because Nana-Addo felt so nostalgic about the visit. And he gave his word to him. And then subsequently, when there was a National Council meeting and the issues were coming up and Nana-Addo got up and said, look, They went for primaries. He supports Kufuor 100%. Kufuor had visited him. And from there, the next rally, you found Akufo-Addo standing right by Kufuor.
I see.
He speaks and Kufuor follows. And that is where we started hearing Wamachakeme, Korbobi Ameke, Wamachakeme. It started. And that euphoria about J.A. Kufuor, J.A. Kufuor,
are you suggesting that in the
eventually,
party right now, they're losing candidates?
I've not suggested that. I've given you an example of a
We
situation.
are talking about now. So are you saying that they are also?
I just don't want you to put words in my mouth.
No, I'm trying to understand.
I've just given you an example of what Aaron Eseku of Blessed
What
Memory
pertains
told me.
now? Can we say that Honorable Kennedy Agyapong and to an extent Brian Champong are fully committed to the Bawumia cause?
You can't ask me questions about individuals. That one would be unfair for me to comment on. What I think we should do is to give ourselves time to heal. People go into competition with expectation. And when they get disappointed, they have that feeling of why. It is now for them to realign psychologically that, look, it is the party that has made me who I am. What of if I had also won? It is for the winner to now look at the numbers, look at the relationship, and say that, look, we need everybody on board. So far, in all sincerity, in all fairness, I've seen a certain unique posture in Dr. Bawumia, consistently expressing his desire to work with all in the party.
Were you apprehensive before this meeting? I asked because you were addressing us in the press conference. Your colleagues had gone to his house and you literally had to apologize and leave. It appeared to us as though you were not aware they were leaving at the time they were going. So when you got to the house, I think they had done the initial interactions and then you went to shake his hand. Here you are. And then he pulls you down to sit down and then he starts talking to you. So it seemed to many people as if Afenyo-Markin's colleagues have gone ahead of him, but you are their leader. And some people believe that because of the large victory your constituents gave to Kennedy Agyapong, maybe those who openly supported Bawumia didn't think you were part of them.
No, it's complete misinformation. So, Saturday 31st was election. I got to Accra around 2 p.m. No, 3. I got to Accra 3. And I drove straight to a location to meet a friend and had some discussions with a friend. And soon thereafter, I did some other legwork aimed at ensuring that all those who needed to be at the headquarters were there. Sunday, the flag bearer and I spoke at length, and then we had a plan to meet. And eventually, on Monday morning, we met, had a full briefing session, because I've held the fort and I needed to give him some briefing. And as part of it, the understanding was that the caucus will meet Tuesday morning and move to his residence to visit him. Now, proud to that, the leadership of the party in parliament met in my office. In other words, my colleague leaders, I summoned a meeting and we met and agreed on the roadmap. Now, the Tuesday morning, after our caucus meeting, the understanding was that the other colleagues would take the bus to Dr. Bawumia's residence. And there were 2 meetings that I was supposed to have.
So it's not as if they left you?
No.
You knew they were going?
Yes.
But why do you leave the press conference abruptly?
Wait. Oh, please. You've asked a question. Why
time.
don't you?
I just
you don't want me to.
No, explain.
Then if you don't have time, don't ask.
No, go explain.
So please.
Explain.
Yes, good.
Explain.
So when they were leaving, I was supposed to be part of the leadership press conference.
Yeah.
So when I got there, I told Ayarga that, look, we need your permission to go and visit our flag bearer. and then you need to inform speaker to delay the sitting because that was the first day. And then also, let me have a bite before you and go. Then leave.
Fair enough.
At the time I was addressing the press, Ano had texted me that, leader, we are getting closer. So immediately after, he again texted that they were there. Because I had an outrider, the understanding was that I could move faster. At the same time, we had constituency officers from Central Region who were in my office. So Honorable Intim Fojo, I was not the only one who had to wait. Honorable Intim Fojo and I had to address them. So we just spent about 10 minutes with them.
Before you
So my colleagues knew that I was on my way. And they waited for me. So that's why the meeting did not start.
Oh, so you got there before the meeting started?
Yeah, of course.
It appeared to us as though the meeting
No. I mean, the usual.
But what was he asking you? Was he asking about the number? He got 79.
Now, you want us to discuss?
No, I want
me to discuss.
No, the numbers. Because you know some of your colleagues. They just pride themselves.
You are in a mischief.
No. The numbers they give him.
Yesterday is gone.
I think your percentage for Kennedy was the highest.
Yesterday is gone.
In the Central.
He's my friend. It's no news he winning in Winneba. So don't waste your time.
But it wasn't because of your support.
I am saying that the gentleman, Kennedy, has been very helpful to the people of Winneba. When in 2012, D-Day, the election day, we degassed in the afternoon. We didn't have money. He drove from Asen to Winneba Junction to give us money to do our to do our cleanup. All right?
Cleanup exercise.
When I won in 2012, 2013, we're in opposition. He gave Winneba 22 brand new taxis. Brand new, tier rubber. He gave to us.
So Winneba people know him?
You've asked me a question. Let me answer you.
I'm trying to understand
your
point.
If you break it like that, you would disturb my
train of thoughts.
When he gave us 22 taxis, brand new, BYD, he gave us a tractor. We sent it to rurals. He gave us outboard motors.
Wow.
It was not for free. It was work and pay. I paid. All right? The relationship has started. Besides, we are relations. My great-grandpa from Insuechi moved to Asin to have a cocoa farm. It was until his mother died when we went to the funeral. And then my aunties told me that,
Is it?
So he comes to Winneba. He's with them. We live together as a family. When my business ran down, Kennedy gave me a check of $5 million. We didn't sign an agreement. And said, oh, would you call you Wejuma? Say, Nyamiya Adumna, ma tise, ubo homodin. We a businessman. Into would to me a year. That was a risk he took in me. And in Winneba, we discuss matters openly with the executives. Yes, oh, Honorable Ken. In fact, there is a project, an ICT facility that I'm constructing. And it is being named after him. We are not done. It was conceived some 5 years ago. It's a big project at Osubompeyin.
Wow.
It's a big project. Okay? And the entire constituency know that because of that help he gave to us, I'm sure his own constituent will be jealous that, so honorable, or my taxi work and pay, onuna ozimahena one farmer asen. Then in 2018, he again guaranteed, Suzuki, the small ones. He also guaranteed for us to have those Suzuki to give to the boys for work and pay. So it's a relationship we have. I don't want it somebody say, oh, and then, when we know what we need to do, but my friend Yagaba Gubori, MP, he gave Dr. Bawumia 100%.
Everybody else got 0.
So people should stop it. We've moved past that. The man and I, we are more than a family. Okay? There's a history to our relationship. I do not expect anybody at this point to say that, oh, so I should cut the relationship.
Can't do that.
It's not right.
We'll take a break. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll
let's
delve
not go
into
into that
Parliament. The minority leader has been speaking. He says, don't let arrest intimidate you, stand your ground. He also says he will give NDC a good opposition. We'll deal with those when we come back. Stay with us.